Wrestling, and today we've got a rather interesting show coming up for you. Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, is going to be here a bit later on. New team called the Twilight Zone will be making their appearance. Dirty White Boys will be along a little bit later on. Eddie Gilbert, Hot Stuff, goes against superstar Bill Dundee, and the winner of that match is going to be the second contender for the World Unified title. Brian Lee and Don Harris in a little bit later on. All in all, it looks like a pretty interesting day for USWA Championship Wrestling. You stay with us. We'll be back to get it underway in just a moment. Interesting capes that they have just passed out of the ring right there. We're waiting for their opponents to show up. Joey Maggs, Rex King should be headed this way very shortly. A one-fall, 10-minute time limit match coming up. Here comes the referee Bill Maggs. The USWA World Tag Team Championship, Joey Maggs and Rex King, as they step up into the ring right now. The USWA tag belts handed out to the security, and a little high five there from Rex and Joey, and Rex King looks like he'll be starting. And I guess this is going to be Twilight Zone number 1. Starting out for his team, the Twilight Zone against Rex King, Joey Maggs. Don't know a lot about the Twilight Zone. We'll find out together as we go along here in a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Whoa, Joey Maggs, Rex King. Having no trouble so far. And Twilight Zone number 1 says, that's enough for me. You try him. This is by far the shorter of the two members of the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone number 2, I guess we can call him. Steps in there. Joey Maggs backs him onto the ropes, fires him across the way, and catches him in the midsection coming back off of there. Rex King snaps into the ring, shoulders it down. Referee Bill Mack is there. Count is 1, 2, up. Only a 2 count. Just a 2 count. Thought he might have had him, but a count of 2 is all he was able to hold him for. Twilight Zone number 2 over to the corner, makes a tag, and Twilight Zone number 1 comes back in, going against Rex King. Rex King bars the left arm. Oh, the double drop kick by Joey Maggs and Rex King. And Twilight Zone number 1 crawls over to the corner and makes the tag on his partner. Joey Maggs waiting in the center of the ring. Well, the world champions looking mighty good here so far against Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone giving it a good effort, but they, after all, are going against the champions, and people don't just walk up and hand you those championship belts. You got to win them, and you got to keep them, and Maggs and Rex King have done a super job of doing that over the past months here in the USWA. Shoulder butt by Twilight Zone number 2. Rex King lets him go by. Now he's on his feet. Whoa, Twilight Zone trying to reverse him. Oh, Rex King. Nice balance by Rex King. He maintained his poise, and then with a clothesline, he just smashed him right down to the mat. Count is 1, 2. His shoulders were down for a 2 count, and only a 2 count. Got to give it to Twilight Zone 1 and 2. They're hanging in there. Able to break the count at the count of 2 twice now in the match. Rex King dropped him with a suplex and over to the corner, makes a tag on Joey Maggs. Joey lobs him into the ropes. Back drop off those ropes. Twilight Zone heads for the corner, and the tag on Twilight Zone number 1. Joey Maggs says, Better be careful there with the double fist because I can do the same thing. He ties him up, wraps up the left arm over to the corner, and here comes Rex King. Off the ropes. Oh, Rex King was going for the drop kick. But Twilight Zone hung onto the ropes, and he's got the advantage now on Rex King. He picks him up, got him in the air. He body slams him, and Twilight Zone number 1 goes over to say something to the crowd on his way up to the top rope. He's there now. He springs, and Rex King had moved out of the way. So Twilight Zone thought he had things going his way, but Rex King just outsmarted him there. Here's Joey Maggs in after the tag by Rex. Twilight Zone number 1 coming back in the ring, and we got all 4 of them in here right now. Joey Maggs working on Twilight Zone number 2. Rex King on Twilight Zone number 1, who's just been knocked out of the ring. Now Rex King escorted back out to the corner by the referee. He steps back in, and Rex and Joey double up on him. The crowd says, yeah, brainbuster. Rex King with a count of 1, 2, and 3. This one's over. And the world champions still hold those world championship belts. Bundy the Gorilla on his feet over there with a cheer or two as Joey Maggs and Rex King head out of the area after a victory here over the team of the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone not feeling too well right now. We've got the Wild Thing, Jeff Gaylord and Snowman coming up when we return.
The Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, the site of USWA's championship wrestling action. 6 great matches. The Galaxian opens up against Ron Price. You'll see hotshot Joey Maggs battle bruised brother Don Harris. Primetime Brian Lee takes on Southern rocker Rex King. In a grudge tag match, Kawabunga, the Karate Turtle, teams with Nightmare Ken Wayne to battle the Wild Things Jeff Gaylord and Scott Braddock with their manager Downtown Bruno. A special back alley street brawl in Evansville Wednesday night. Tessa meets the Dirty White Girl. Girls will battle in street clothes until someone is disrobed. Main event, 6-man stretcher match. Match goes on until someone is carried out. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, and Jeff Jarrett battle Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, and Hollywood John Tatum. And don't miss wrestling action in Cadiz, Kentucky on Thursday the 23rd. Trigg County High School. All your favorite USWA stars will be there. And don't miss a minute of the action. Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. 6 fantastic matches. We'll see you at the Coliseum.
You know, we're all looking forward to Evansville, Indiana this Wednesday night for a couple of special reasons. One, a good friend of ours is making his debut right there in the wrestling in Evansville, T-Bolt Baxton, and this is his hometown, and he's going to be right here doing his thing on the opening match Wednesday night. And then, when it all rolls around to that last match, that's what we're looking forward to, and you stay tuned to this TV tape today, and you'll see exactly why we want this big 6-man stretcher match. We had to go out and ask Jeff Jarrett to be our partner because Hollywood John Tatum, you low-life jerk, I'm going to not tell the people what's going to happen. I want you to stay tuned and see this. But we got something in store for you, Tatum, you, Gilbert, and you, Dirty White Boy. It's a stretcher match, and what are we going to do to him, Jeff?
Well, Jerry, the way this match ends is somebody's got to get carted out on a stretcher.
Right.
It's not going to be Bill, it's not going to be Jerry, and it's not going to be me. I just know one thing. Wednesday night, 3-on-3 is when it's going to be, and I guarantee you one thing. We're going to take them out.
Somebody's going to get hurt, right, Bill?
That's right, 400 Court Street. Tatum, you never look better than you did on TV today, but we're going to cart you out in the stretcher. You look real good Wednesday night.
That's Jeff Gaylord in the ring right now. The Missouri Tiger, one half the team of the Wild Things. Jeff going as a single here today. Downtown Bruno in there jumping up and down in the ring with him. And we are waiting for his opponent to come in here. And here he comes right here. The holder of the World Unified Championship. The Snowman headed around greeting the crowd on his way to the ring area right now as Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger, and Downtown Bruno wait.
Snowman, there's going to be another victim of circumstance.
Snowman leaving the World Unified title over here at the table, leaving the belt over here at the table. And Downtown Bruno climbs out of the ring, and we are waiting for the signal, and here we go. We are ready with a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Snowman goes against Jeff Gaylord. Downtown Bruno. Yeah, the microphone is on.
Good, because I want to come over here and do a good job of commentary. Because I know how you are. It'll be one-sided. It'll be against Downtown Bruno. It'll be against Jeff Gaylord. I don't want that. So first of all, to me, this match is just a tune-up. It's a warm-up match. Because everybody knows that the Missouri Tiger is leaps and bounds superior to Snowman. He should be the world heavyweight champion right now. And the only reason he is not is because Snowman is such a greasy, cheating jerk. He always finds some sort of little loophole, some sort of little way that he doesn't have to put his title up on the line against Jeff Gaylord. Now then, Dave, the one I'm thinking about is that goofball Cowabunga. Now here's a guy, Dave, in a turtle suit. Now everybody knows that the Wild Thing Gaylord beat that stupid punk like he was a dog, time and time again. And the only thing on my mind, and the only thing on Jeff Gaylord's mind, is getting a hold of that punk, that Cowabunga one more time. One more time is all it's going to take, Dave, because we're going to put him out of wrestling. We're going to pull that mask off. We're going to bust him up real bad, and everybody's going to know who he is. Everybody's going to know who the man that put him out of wrestling is. Jeff Gaylord and Downtown Bruno. It's like Mama says, Dave, it bees that way sometimes. Now, you know, I'm glad you're not talking, Dave, but go ahead. What have you got to say?
Well, I'm glad you're giving me an opportunity to commentate on the match here. You said you're going to come over and commentate on the match right down the middle. You haven't even mentioned the match. You've been over here running your mouth about Cowabunga and what you're going to do to Snowman and why not. Trying to do anything to Snowman is right now, and it looks like Gaylord is not doing so well as Snowman clotheslines him coming off the rope.
You call that a clothesline? Snowman took and punched him right in the throat. Everybody knows that's illegal. Now he's going to sit up there, he's going to flex those ham bones up there. But this isn't bodybuilding. This is professional wrestling. This is professional wrestling. When it comes to professional wrestling, the Missouri Tiger is the superior athlete in that ring right now. You can't question my judgment because I know I'm right, because I know more than anybody. I wouldn't have him.
I don't have to question your judgment. We've got them going 1 against 1 right here, and let's see who comes up with their hand raised in this match.
Well, who's winning right now, Dave?
Right now, I would say neither of them, see? All right, Gaylord had the upper hand for a moment, and now Snowman rolled out of the way. And Mr. Gaylord, thank goodness he had that knee pad on, or he would be carried out of here right now. Get some work done on that knee, I think.
Well, that's what you call a temporary setback. It happens to everybody. Happens to everybody. But right now, baby, wait a minute now. Wait. Now, this Snowman's going to sit up there. He's going to pound his fist on the mat. He's going to get them big bug eyes, them big lips in and up for. Let me tell you, he's going to get his face smashed to keep this stuff up. I don't care if it's Snowman. I don't care if it's that goofy Cowabunga. I don't care if that's idiot Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis, any of these goofballs. You mess around with Downtown Bruno. You mess around with the Wild Thing, Jeff Gaylord, the Missouri Tiger. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get put out of wrestling. Snowman's going to find himself an World Unified Heavyweight Wrestling Champion real soon.
Gaylord tied up in the rope. Not doing too well right now, Bruno. Bruno suddenly decides instead of commentator, he jumps into the ring, jumps on Snowman's back. That is going to be a technical loss right there for Jeff Gaylord. Outside interference, a technical loss for Gaylord. Snowman gets the win. Snowman nails Downtown Bruno. Gaylord still tied up in the ropes over there, and Snowman removes Downtown Bruno's glasses and then smacks him right in the face. Referee Bill Mack has said, hey, this one is over. And it is. Hey, oh, here comes Brian Lee and Don Harris. Primetime Brian Lee and Don Harris jump in there and start pounding on the Snowman along with Jeff Gaylord. It's 3 against 1 now. And the Snowman, oh, here's a little equalization. Ken Wayne, Nightmare Ken Wayne, and a board. And there goes Don Harris, primetime Brian Lee. Jeff Gaylord, they pick Bruno up and help him out on the way. And that's a technical loss right there. Right, outside interference, the referee says, technical loss. So the victory is going to go to the Snowman. Ken Wayne's exactly correct in raising his hand. 3 minutes, 28 seconds the time on it. And, you know, that's a shame because we were really expecting to see Gaylord and Snowman going 1 against 1. But Gaylord gets in trouble, and there's Bruno. Ken Wayne, thanks for helping out.
Well, no problem, Dave. Let me tell you something. Jeff Gaylord and guys like him, Brian Lee, and little Bruno, you know, everybody wants to fight. Everybody wants to scuffle. It'll be 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Let me tell you what. It's no secret that we have fought all over the building. That's myself, the Turtle, Gaylord, and Braddock. Let me tell you something. Coming up this week is an explosive match. That means falls count anywhere. So, baby, we don't have to fight up in the stands. We're going to pin you in the stands. We're going to pin you in the hallway. If we have to, we'll run you to the bathroom and flush your head down the toilet, because I think that's where they belong to be anyway.
All right, Ken Wayne with talking about the match coming up and those guys. Snowman, you got a victory there today, but by technical loss.
Technical loss.
Everything's all right. Had Ken Wayne to come out and help me.
Pretty good guy. We've been down the roads, up and down the highways and byways. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for coming out and helping me, and I'll see these guys later.
We'll be back with more USWA action.
The Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, the site of USWA's championship wrestling action. 6 great matches. The Galaxian opens up against Ron Price. You'll see hotshot Joey Mag battle Bruised brother Don Harris. Primetime Brian Lee takes on Southern Rocker Rex King. In a grudge tag match, Kawabunga, the Karate Turtle, teams with Nightmare Ken Wayne to battle the Wild Things Jeff Gaylord and Scott Braddock with their manager Downtown Bruno. A special back alley street brawl in Evansville Wednesday night. Tessa meets the Dirty White Girl. Girls will battle in street clothes until someone is disrobed. Main event, 6-man stretcher match. Match goes on until someone is carried out. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, and Jeff Jarrett battle Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, and Hollywood John Tatum. And don't miss wrestling actions in Cadiz, Kentucky on Thursday the 23rd. Trigg County High School, all your favorite USWA stars will be there. And don't miss a minute of the action. Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum, 6 fantastic matches. We'll see you at the Coliseum.
So we really precipitated the end there by Sam Lowe on that camera.
Well, you know, anybody that's been following this whole situation has seen over the past about 3 or 4 weeks, it seems like every time that Bill and I come out with a win, something happens when it's all over that we don't get that satisfaction. You know, this whole thing came about because Tessa wants to get her hands on the Dirty White Girl. The Dirty White Girl has run her mouth about how she's going to tear her clothes off and all this kind of stuff. And I can assure you that when it gets right down to it, Tessa is going to be the one that's doing the clothes tearing when it's finally all said and done. But somehow or other, they have always turned the tables on us at the end. Now, this week, as you saw, we had him beat again. And what happens? I don't know how he did it. I don't know if he paid him money. I don't know if he promised him to get him in the wrestling profession or what he did. But some kind of way, Eddie Gilbert got to Sam Lowe. Now, we all know Sam. I've had him take my picture 1,000 times. He's been around wrestling for years. He takes pictures for national magazines. Now, all of a sudden, he's running up at the end of the match. He's hitting me over the head with a camera. Well, let me tell you something. That cost us the match, but it's not going to happen anymore. Because Eddie Gilbert, you and the Dirty White Boy, I don't care who you bring around the ring. I don't care who you have sitting in the audience. I don't care what you sit down and plot and scheme and come up with. One way or the other, you're looking at 2 guys right here, right now, and 2 bats that are going to spoil all of your plans. You know what they say? The best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. And you, as far as we're concerned, are a couple of mice, and we're fixing to squash you with these right here. Now, this week, it's a stretcher match, Dave. That means they don't care what happens. We're going to go until somebody gets carried out on a stretcher. And also this week, we don't have to worry about Tessa, the Dirty White Girl, being handcuffed, because they are going to finish their unsettled business before our match even starts. Because you see, they are in, have you even told the people yet? Tessa and the Dirty White Girl are going to go ahead and be in the ring one-on-one in what they call the back alley street brawl. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that means that they're going to walk in the ring fully clothed, just like they would walk into that Coliseum or that arena anywhere in the country, just like they step out of their car in their street clothes. But what's going to happen is they're going to go at each other like we know they want to, and the only way it's going to end is when somebody is stripped off. Do you understand what I'm saying? Till somebody is stripped of their clothes, and that's when the match is going to end. So, Dirty White Girl, you've been running that little mouth of yours. We're going to see if you can back it up, because I think, doesn't Tessa have a few words?
Sure does. So, White Girl, you better pay attention. If the man will just press that button, this young lady's got something to say to you.
Dirty White Girl, the reason I can't be there with Dundee and Lawler today is all because of you. It's all because of you. Because I said next time I was there was going to be a stripping. And Eddie Marlin says, nope, Tessa Ray, there's not going to be a stripping on my TV. So, I have to wait. The Dirty White Boys aren't going to be around. Tom Burton isn't going to be around. Lawler and Dundee aren't even going to be there. It's just going to be me and you in the ring. And believe me, when I get in that ring, I'm going to scratch your eyes out, rip your hair off. But the main thing is I'm going to rip your dress right off. So you better have whatever it is that you wear under that dress of yours, Fredericks of Hollywood or whatever, have it on, because I'm going to promise you it's coming off. And it isn't going to be mine. It's going to be yours. So to all you Tessa Ray fans out there, I promise you, her dress is coming off. And then you're going to see what it's like to walk back to the ring, from the ring humiliated.
Well, it's going to be back alley street brawl.
And like she said, White Boy, you're not involved. Nobody involved except that little hussy that you caught around and that young lady. So we'll just see how much of a woman you are, White girl.
Well, that's going to be it.
All we can tell you is Eddie Gilbert, bring Sam Lowe down there, because I'd like to finish what we started on him last week and let him taste a little bit of this big Easton 34 inches right here.
We got a couple of matches coming up that are certainly going to be worth seeing at the Coliseum. Let me tell you about that. Let's go to the ring right now. See standing up there Tim Hall. Tim and his partner Ken Raper and ready to do battle. Tag team action coming up. Boy, they got their work cut out for them, because there come the Dirty White Boys. Tony Anthony, Tom Burton with Dirty White Girl in the corner. This is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. And, Dirty White Boy, Dirty White Girl with a parting kiss as Tony steps into the ring. Looks like Ken Raper will be starting for his team, and we are underway with tag team action. Ken Raper and Tony Anthony get things started. Oh, Anthony with a knee to the back as Ken Raper was down on the mat. Oh, look out, Ken Raper's head rammed right into the turnbuckle. While Tony Anthony is over there, he makes the tag on the other Dirty White Boy, Tom Burton. There's a tap. Whoa. Right into the turnbuckle. Tom Burton working on Ken Raper. Boy, they're just moving him from one corner to another, and then they get him over in their corner, and they're able to double up on him just like that when they tag in and out. Clothesline by the Dirty White Boy. Tony Anthony drops down. Slid his knee off the forehead of Ken Raper. Raper's thrown through the ropes down on the floor. Look out, Dirty White Girl down here. While Raper's trying to get back into the ring. And I tell you what, this is some kind of bunch here. The Dirty White Boys and the Dirty White Girl in their corner. Tom Burton is back in now after the tag. Ken Raper, boy, he has really given him a battle, but he has been outnumbered most of the time. 2-1, either with Burton and Tony Anthony or the Dirty White Girl down here on the floor when he was thrown out of the ring. There's a tag made. Tony Anthony comes in. Look at this. Burton holds him up. Anthony nails him in the stomach. And then there's a headbutt. Raper back to the corner and able to get the tag on Tim Hall. Our first look at Tim Hall officially in the match here today. But they double him up over near their corner, too. Referee Bill Mack tells Tony Anthony, come on, get out of here. Let's keep it 1 against 1. Tom Burton trips Tim Hall this time as Hall is coming off the ropes. And again, the Dirty White Boys with that quick tag. Oh, my goodness. Tim Hall ran right into that telephone pole forearm of Tony Anthony. Anthony picks him up with a hair. Oh, headbutt by Tom Burton. Burton sliding a boot off the side of Tim Hall's head. 2.5 minutes gone in the action here. So far, quite frankly, it's been all Dirty White Boys. They have controlled it, demonstrating the power that they have. Oh, Burton powered his way into the corner and just ran right in to Tim Hall, pinning him back in that corner and just let him fall out of there. Now Burton's got him up in the air. Look at this. Tony Anthony off the middle rope. And a cover might be it. 1, 2. It is it. Referee Bill Mack holds the count of 3, and in 3 minutes, 2 seconds, the Dirty White Boys are going to walk out of here with a victory under their belt. There they go right there. Well, they're coming this way. All right, I'll give you a chance to say what you want to
I
say.
heard Jerry the King Lawler and superstar Bill Dundee out here whining. Well, every time we get something going, the tables turn. That's right, because myself and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert made sure that we turned the tables. Now, you want a stretcher match? That's fine with me and Eddie, because, baby, that means after we beat you to a pulp, put you on a stretcher and tote you right on out. Plain and simple. What do you think, E.G.?
You know what I think, Dave Brown? I think if our glorious President of the United States, George Bush, had any sense at all, he would get on the phone right now, call this TV station, ask Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert to put together a plan over in the Middle East right now to save Kuwait from Iraq. Because last week I came out here, and first I want you to know that the coffee was cold that Tony threw in Sam Lowe's face.
That's cool.
Sam Lowe did what he did for me out of friendship, out of loyalty, Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee. He is my friend. A lot of people in the wrestling game have tried to play the game with me many times, gentlemen. But about the time you get the rules figured out, I change the game. And so what we're talking about now is a stretcher match. It ends when one man or one team is carried out on a stretcher. And I know, Lawler and Dundee, I'm you guys' idol. You look up to me. I don't blame you. But there's one thing I want to ask, Dirty White Girl. One big favor and one big promise you got to make me.
What is that?
When Tessa leaves the ring, I want to see her bare naked, okay?
Let me tell you something, Tessa Ray. I didn't get the name the Dirty White Girl by sipping tea with old women. I got the name the Dirty White Girl by taking care of bimbos like you. Let me tell you something. They got us in a back alley street brawl. Well, let me tell you something, girl. I've got my street fighting clothes, and I don't care whether it takes chairs, ring posts, baseball bat, shoes, whatever. Girl, I'm going to take that dog face of yours, I'm going to put it in the mat, kick you in that fat butt of yours one more time, and I plan on walking out the winner.
You heard it live, Dave Brown. Come on.
Dave, one thing. Tell Bill Dundee to get ready, because we're fixing to go at it right out here for the #2 contender spot.
Well, that's right. You will be coming back against Bill Dundee for that #2 contender spot. We'll be back with more USWA action. We are set to go with a match in which the winner, hey, there comes Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in here. The winner of this match will be the official #2 contender for the World Unified title. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in the ring right now. Here comes superstar Bill Dundee. Referee Bill Mack right behind him. Dundee nails Eddie Gilbert even before the bell sounds. Billy wasted no time going to work on Hot Stuff. Dundee flipping Eddie Gilbert down to the mat. He's got him covered. Count of 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Dundee close early in the match to getting the pin on Eddie Gilbert. Boy, these two guys, they don't like each other to begin with, especially after the situation that's been going on the last couple of weeks around here. But the additional stipulation that whoever wins this match will officially be considered the #2 contender for that world belt. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Oh, right hand. Popped Dundee right on the chin with it. Watch again, he says. What I was watching for to see if he didn't nail him with the thumb in the throat. I don't think he did. I'm a little surprised. Eddie Gilbert with the flip. Got Dundee by the hair, too. Bill Dundee puts the shoulders down. Count of 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Can't make it stick for a 3. Tough to hold somebody as tough as Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with a move like that. But if anybody can do it, it would be Dundee. Almost going to have body weight over those shoulders in order to hold your opponent down against either one of these guys. These are a couple of battlers here, let me tell you. Bill Dundee, Eddie Gilbert, Hot Stuff, and the Superstar. I'm looking forward to this match all day. A couple of tough, rugged competitors. Hot Stuff, I think you know the devious mind of Hot Stuff. Some of the things he's cooked up, including a deal with Sam Lowe in recent days. Count of 1, 2, but Bill Dundee at the 2 count. Just kind of biding his time, I think. He broke the cover at the 2 count really with no trouble. Action continues. 2 minutes gone. Oh, Hot Stuff waiting right there, and he grabs him with a chin lock. Again, with a hole like that, there's a danger of him letting it slip down around the throat and choking Bill Dundee. Dundee and Eddie Gilbert. That was a fist, no doubt about it. Hot Stuff just smacked him with a doubled-up fist in the face. Dundee staggers back to the ropes. Eddie Gilbert grabs him, flips him right in the center of the ring, gets around behind. Now, he's got his knee in his back, right behind his neck, and he's got that chin pulled back with both hands. Very tough for Dundee to move in this situation. Bundy the Gorilla trying to lead the cheers over at ringside. Referee Bill Mack is there. Yeah, he caught him choking, and he broke the hold. Bill Dundee with a little bit of a kick as he was trying to get back on his feet. Dundee ducks under the clothesline. Flips him down. Counter 1, 2. Up. Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count, says referee Bill Mack. Not quite a 3. Head into the mat. Boy, Eddie Gilbert slammed Bill and smashed that forehead right in the center of the ring. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone in the action. Remember, the winner of this match, number 2 contender officially for the world belt. Both of them want that shot, believe me. Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Superstar, Bill Dundee. Both of them veterans of the wrestling area, of the wrestling ring. Referee checking with Eddie Gilbert. I think he strongly suspects hair pulling, which is a pretty safe assumption, but Eddie Gilbert didn't even bother to deny it, but he didn't admit that he pulled hair either. Well, the action continues. Look at Dundee. He's got a fist doubled up. Eddie Gilbert raking him across the eyes as these two continue the battle. Dundee grabs the left arm. Oh, top of the boot to the midsection. Might have been the point of the boot to the side of the face there. Dundee backs him into a corner, whips him across the way into the turnbuckles, comes in there with a knee, and Eddie Gilbert moved out of the way. Bad mistake for Bill Dundee. A little bit of a surprising mistake. I think that just shows how eager both these guys are to take this match. Oh, boy, that figure 4 leg lock. Eddie Gilbert has Bill Dundee tied up in it here. Is Bill going to be able to continue? This is a punishing hold. Dangerous for both wrestlers, but the clear advantage is for Eddie Gilbert in this situation. Referee is there, almost involved in the action. Bill's over by the ropes, and that's a great move for Bill Dundee because the referee makes Eddie Gilbert break the hold as Bill Dundee is in the ropes. So the action will continue here in this match. 5 minutes gone. We just passed the 5-minute mark. It is a 30-minute time limit match. You know, I just noticed that myself. One fall only. Overall time limit is 30 minutes for this one. Eddie Gilbert springs off the middle rope. Bill Dundee was not there. He had moved out of the way. Right fist, left hand, a right, another left as Bill Dundee, and with a haymaker swing after another, put Eddie Gilbert down to the mat. Now he's got him back in the corner. The superstar using that right fist, warned by the referee. Eddie Gilbert throws him into the corner. Billy catches himself, presses him down. Look out, here's Tony Anthony jumping in there. The dirty white boy. And the referee calls for the bell to be rung. A technical loss for Eddie Gilbert. Bill Dundee is going to be the winner. As Dirty White Boy jumps in there to interfere in the match, it looked like Bill Dundee maybe was going to be able to get a pin. Here comes Jerry Lawler with a couple of softball bats. He nails Tony Anthony, looks at Eddie Gilbert, hands Bill Dundee a softball bat, and now it's Dundee, Lawler, and the softball bat against Eddie Gilbert and Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony. What is this? Bundy the Gorilla. What is going on here? Bundy the Gorilla has jumped in there, going after Lawler and Dundee. Last week it was Sam Lowe, the photographer. This week, Bundy the Gorilla. I can't believe this. The Gorilla who's out here passing out souvenirs and greeting the... Oh, I see. Oh, the Gorilla master. That's Hollywood John Tatum. John Tatum, dressed up in Bundy the Gorilla's costume, has jumped Bill Dundee and Jerry Lawler, helping out Eddie Gilbert and Tony Anthony. Yeah, that's not the real Bundy the Gorilla doing this, kid. That's John Tatum. bat. John Tatum walking around the ring. Hey, yeah, come over and help up the referee. I thought he was going to hit the referee there for a minute. He does hit the referee. I don't believe it. John Tatum. In the Bundy the Gorilla costume. I wonder where the real Bundy is. Here comes some help. Ken Raper, Freezer Thompson, Tim Hall. Oh, my goodness. Dundee and Lawler both cut open. As Gilbert and Tony Anthony have been wielding those softball bats. They continue to wield them. Now John Tatum has got the softball bat. He nails Lawler in the midsection. Lawler and Dundee left lying in the ring. Freezer Thompson coming back to try to help. Everyone who tried to help was nailed with the bat. I don't even know if there's anybody else in the dressing room to help out. Eddie Gilbert and John Tatum with a high five in the middle of the ring. They pass the bat back to Tony Anthony. The referee has been hit. And yeah, here comes Eddie Marlin. Thank goodness. Eddie, let's see if we can maybe get order restored here. Disgusting display here by Eddie Gilbert, Dirty White Boy. And remember, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony is the one that started all of this when he came running in and interfered in the match when it looked like Eddie Gilbert was going to be pinned. Well, Eddie Gilbert and Hollywood John Tatum now to the ring headed this way. Look.
Hey! Just like I told you, you might not know when, you might not know where, but you're going to pay for what you did for Hollywood John Tatum. And that's just a small down payment on what's to come, my friend. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Nobody makes a monkey out of Hollywood John Tatum. Nobody. You take a good look right there. Batter up, boys! Batter up! Did they honestly think that they could outwit and outsmart such people as Hollywood John Tatum, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, and myself? Not a chance, John. The master planner at work. That's all we got to say.
Well, that's all you need to say. Take the bats, get on out of here. And Hollywood John Tatum, dressed up in the Bundy the Gorilla outfit.
I want a camera to see this. Come on.
I want a camera to see this. I don't know if we want to see it or not. John Tatum calling for a camera. All right, we've got it. There they go. Camera's following them. We've got the portable camera following them there. I'll try to tell you what I can't tell very much about. Oh, I see what it is. That's the real Bundy, right? They've got him tied up and gagged out there in the hall. That's how John Tatum was able to come up with that outfit. Oh, my goodness, this is ridiculous. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more action in a moment.
The Evansville Coliseum Wednesday night, the site of USWA's championship wrestling action. 6 great matches. The Galaxian opens up against Ron Price. You'll see hotshot Joey Magg battle bruised brother Don Harris. Primetime Brian Lee takes on Southern rocker Rex King. In a grudge tag match, Kawabunga, the Karate Turtle, teams with Nightmare Ken Wayne to battle the Wild Things Jeff Gaylord and Scott Braddock with their manager Downtown Bruno. A special back alley street brawl in Evansville Wednesday night. Tessa meets the Dirty White Girl. Girls will battle in street clothes until someone is disrobed. Main event, 6-man stretcher match. Match goes on until someone is carried out. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, and Jeff Jarrett battle Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, and Hollywood John Tatum. And don't miss wrestling action in Cadiz, Kentucky on Thursday the 23rd. Trigg County High School. All your favorite USWA stars will be there. And don't miss a minute of the action. Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum. 6 fantastic matches. We'll see you at the Coliseum.
You know, Jerry Lawler, you think everybody's scared of you. You think you're a real bad, real tough man. You run around hitting people in the head with baseball bats. Well, that's real impressive, Jerry Lawler. But I got a little package here that's a little more impressive. You run out, you got your friend Jeff Jarrett. You think that's going to help you in Bill Dundee? I got a man right here that's going to tell you exactly what he's going to do with that baseball bat. Tell him, big baby.
Well, Jerry the King Lawler, superstar Bill Dundee, you bring the ball bats if you want to, because we're going to wrap them around your neck. And Jeff Jarrett, I done told you time and time again, boy, I'm getting sick and tired of you sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stretcher match, baby. That's where after we get through whooping you, woo, baby, what we're going to do, hot stuff?
Well, what we're going to do is, don't only bring the stretchers, bring 3 ambulances, because we want to see Lawler, Dundee, and Jarrett escorted out of the arena with every one of the ambulances. Maybe we'll drive them.
Hey, sounds like a good idea to me, Eddie.
Hey, I think we're just about ready to go. Let's go to the ring. William Freezer Thompson up there right now. T.D. Steele, his partner. Here come, though, a couple of rugged guys, and downtown Bruno. Well, Bruno, hey, you guys have got a match. You going to stand over here and talk or get in the ring?
Yes, I'm going to stand over here and talk. Dave Brown, I've got a reputation around here in the USWA. For years and years, I've always been associated with the finest, with the greatest, with the best tag team. I've had champions for years, and you know that. Everybody knows it. And it's obvious that the greatest tag team in USWA, in fact, in all professional wrestling for that matter, the former Bruise brother, Don the Stomper Harris, and primetime Brian Lee. And naturally, they had to have the greatest manager of all time. So naturally, we made a deal. And now, downtown Bruno is the manager of primetime Brian Lee and Don the Stomper Harris. To Jeff Jarrett, Snowman, you two punks like to run around, put your nose in everybody's business, try to be the good guy tag team. Everybody loves you, goody, goody, two-shoes. Well, brother, Jeff Jarrett, Snowman, we're going to walk a mud hole in you, and we're going to walk it dry. And the belt, Rex King and Joey Maggs, they might call you a chance for short, but not for long, because pretty soon, the Stomper and Primetime and Downtown Bruno are going to be walking around with the 20 pounds of silver and gold, and we will be the tag team champions of the entire world. And you know, Dave, there's 3 words I could use to describe the greatest tag team in professional wrestling, but I'm going to let Primetime do it for you right here.
Fabulous.
It's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes.
I've got 4 words for you right now. Get in the ring, and let's get this match underway. Let's get it going right here as Brian Lee and Don Harris step into the ring. T.D. Steele and Freezer Thompson patiently waiting for all that diatribe by downtown Bruno. Bruno says he's got a reputation in the USWA. He does. I'm not going to tell you what kind of reputation he's got. Maybe one of the most disgusting human beings ever to come through here and call himself a manager. But he's right about one thing. He does, in fact, manage rugged tag teams. Now, how he got them all signed, I don't know. But he's got a tough one right now in primetime Brian Lee and former Bruise brother Don Harris. It's Brian Lee starting against T.D. Steele.
Hey, Dave, you know the difference between T.D. Steele and the Freezer over there?
Well, other than about 150 pounds, what's the difference in Freezer and T.D. Steele?
That's what I say. What's the difference? Because they're going to get beat anyway, Dave. You know that. Come on now. That's the greatest tag team in professional wrestling. Don and Stomper Harris and primetime Brian Lee. And they just got a whole lot better because now they got downtown good-looking Bruno in their corner. Because like I said, Mama says, baby, it bees that way sometimes.
Well, in there right now, Don Harris working on T.D. Steele. T.D. really a battler. But, whoa, boy, in trouble right now after that powerful suplex. You know, one thing about Brian Lee and Don Harris, they're both so tall. Really big guys and solidly built. Backbreaker across the knee by Don Harris. T.D. Steele over near the corner.
Hey, Dave, I hope Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler, Rex King, Joey Maggs, Jeff Jarrett, the Snowman, King Cobra, Ken Wayne, Cowabunga. I hope all these punks are watching this match right here because this is what they're going to have to go up against when they mess around with downtown Bruno. And believe me, if any of those teams want to go after the tag team championship belts, they've got to go through this team because, baby, it's only a matter of time when this will be the tag team champions of the world, Dave. And I can't wait to be a manager of the tag team champions of the world one more time, baby.
All right, downtown Bruno. Well, there's no doubt about it. This is a championship caliber team. I just wish that they would abide by the rules. And one of the best ways to do that would be to fire downtown Bruno.
What'd you say, Dave?
I said you've got a tag team that's championship caliber. I would just like to see them abide by the rules. But they're not going to be doing that, I don't think, as long as you're over in their corner.
They abide by their own rules,
well,
the rules of the street. Hey, I know you hadn't heard this for a long time. They abide by the rules of Fort Duquesne Boulevard, baby. Anything goes as long as downtown Bruno says it goes, Dave.
Well, we'll see when they run up against the likes of Cowabunga and Ken Way, and of Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee and others in the USWA. Not to mention the champions, Joey Maggs and Rex King.
Yeah, not to mention them, because they're not going to be champions very much longer. I can't wait till prime time and the Stomper gets their hands on them two little pencil neck geeks. Rex King and what's his name, Tony Orlando, something like that? Joey Maggs. Give me a break. They're not going to have those belts very much longer. Believe me, I can't wait to have them belts in the backseat of my car, baby. Driving around and show everybody that I manage the greatest tag team in professional wrestling, bar none.
There's a cover by primetime Brian Lee right there, but he doesn't even try for the 3 count. He picks up Freezer Thompson. I don't know if he could have held him for a 3 count or not, maybe, but he doesn't even try. Off the middle rope comes big Don Harris. Don Harris drops down to the cover. Counts 1, 2, and he picks him up at the 2 count. Referee Bill Mack was counting away, but only a count of 2. And Don Harris picked up Freezer Thompson. They're using that top rope to choke him, too. That's what Brian Lee was doing just right there, abiding by his own rules, Fort Duquesne Boulevard, as downtown Bruno likes to say, street rules. Thompson broke away. Don Harris didn't offer a lot of resistance as Thompson headed for the corner, and T.D. Steele will be coming back in.
You know, Dave, old Freezer had to run out the back of his tights to some billboard company. He can make some extra money out there. Covers up most of the TV screen, doesn't it?
Don Harris with a power slam on T.D. Steele leaves him for Brian Lee. Lee climbing the ropes. He's up on the top and almost into the lights. And he springs down with a lower leg to the midsection.
I call that bombs away, baby. And nobody gets up from bombs away. Ring it, Dave. Ring it,
T.D. Steele will not be getting up before the 3 count. This one is over, and the team... oh, yeah, now Bruno jumps in the ring. Sure. Triple team, T.D. Steele. They threw Freezer Thompson out. Now T.D. thrown over the top rope. And they're celebrating in there. Primetime Brian Lee, Don Harris, downtown Bruno. They've got themselves a victory in 4 minutes, 17 seconds here today, and they're feeling good. Bruno says they're on their way to the World Championship. They're just going to be looking for the World Champions and anybody else who gets in their way. They've got a victory here today.
Uncle Dave, that is your champions right there. Face it.
They're not champions yet. They're going to have to win them in the ring. We'll take a break. We'll return. An interesting day today. The match had just concluded. Brian Lee and Don Harris getting the victory in pursuit of the USWA World Tag Team titles, according to them, and their manager downtown Bruno. But those belts right now are held by Joey Maggs and Rex King. They were here in a non-title match today against a group called the Twilight Zone, and Joey and Rex King did win in that match. Snowman going against the Wild Thing. Snowman won it on a technical loss, going against Wild Thing Jeff Gaylord, because there was outside interference, and so Snowman does get the technical victory there today. Dirty White Boys going against Tim Hall and Ken Raper, and this one was all Dirty White Boys. There was no doubt about it as they got the win. Eddie Gilbert and Bill Dundee. Now, this was quite a match. We had been looking forward to it, just knowing both participants and what kind of wrestlers they are and how tenacious both of them are when they climb into the wrestling ring. This one had the added stipulation that the winner of the match would be officially considered the #2 contender for the World Unified Belt. Now, you know, guys can go around claiming I'm the #1, the #2, #3 contender all they want to, but this would have made it official, and it is official, and it's Bill Dundee. He wins on a technical loss because there was outside interference first from Dirty White Boy, and then, of all things, from what we thought was Bundy the Gorilla. Well, it turned out Bundy, the real Bundy, had been tied up and gagged out in a closet somewhere, and that was Hollywood John Tatum who interfered. Well, it'll all end up in arenas, I guarantee you, and we'll end up here next week with more USWA wrestling action. Until that time, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody. The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship